Hello, good morning, welcome back to the channel. I'm Ria, and today is the Tuesday after Labor Day, which means this week is going to be shorter than most, and for that I'm very grateful. But if you don't already know, I'm writing a high fantasy novel series, and I'm currently working on book 2 of what might be 7 or 8 novels. So today is just going to be me trying to get through the day because I have a lot to get done. So I have to be super productive today. I have a pretty busy day, but I still want to get some writing done today. So update from the last video where I finished Act 1. I started Act 2 yesterday. Last night, I think I only ended up writing like 860 words. I think it was 863. It was off to a really good start. Like, I really can tell where it's headed. That's always a good thing. That's always so relieving. I'm really excited to keep writing into Act 2, except I just need to get all of my other work out of the way today so that I can like peacefully focus and work on writing the novel. The goal is to cut out 2 hours today to write, but the to-do list for today is kind of crazy. So I have to work on a lab assignment, and then I have to do a reading for my writing fiction class. I have one class today, and I have another assignment for my like senior design class that I need to do, which I don't think will be too difficult, but I don't know. We'll see how that goes. So yeah, that is the to-do list for today. It's pretty crazy. I'm gonna have to be super productive and on top of it, which is why I woke up at a decent time today. I woke up at 8:40, which is pretty early compared to how I've been waking up this past few days. So get a lot of that work done, and then hopefully carve out 2 hours to write in this whole day. That is all the time I will have. Also, reading wise, I'm trying to do a thing where I read one book every week. So currently I'm in the middle of reading A Torch in the Night. It's the sequel to An Ember in the Ashes, and An Ember in the Ashes I finished in 1 week. Not one, I was about to say one day. Oh my god, I wish. So I'm gonna hope and try to finish this in 1 week and keep up that streak, because my Goodreads goal for this year is to read 25 books, which doesn't seem like a lot, but I feel like for fantasy, 25 books in a year is pretty good because that's mostly what I read. Like, I read Game of Thrones, and that was like 800 pages, and it still just counted as like one book. So, but yeah, this book is going really well. I'm like this much through it, so I hope that I can get it done this week. But with the hectic week, even though it's short, that I'm having, I don't know how much of it I'll be able to get done, but I'll try my best. Okay, it's currently 10 o'clock. I have class at 12:55, which means I have to leave around 12:30-ish. And so I think I'm just gonna try to work on some of my homework until then. I think I'm gonna work on the lab and the discussion and then head to class. So I have about 2.5 hours. So I think I'm just gonna work on getting my lab. I won't be done because there's a lot of it, but making progress on my lab, and then getting that discussion done for my creative writing class. I just got back from class. I am feeling very sleepy for some reason, like my eyes are burning and I don't know why. It doesn't matter because I still have some work that I need to get done. I still need to work on my lab. I like to make a little bit more progress on that today, and then I also need to work on another assignment for my senior design class, which is due I think tomorrow, and I haven't really started on it. I don't think it's technically like a very difficult assignment. I just need to get it done. Probably do some writing after dinner because I was just sitting there in class today like daydreaming about the novel, and I really want to write. Like I want to drop everything else and just write, but obviously that's not possible right now. So I'm gonna work on my assignments and then grab some dinner and then get to writing. I just realized why I might be feeling tired, and it's because I started working out yesterday after not having worked out in like, I don't know, 6 months, and I went for a run yesterday, and then I did some other like muscle training stuff, and so of course I feel tired. I'm like, my whole body aches and I just want to like lie in bed, but that's currently not an option, so we're just gonna push through. I think I'm gonna put on some music, maybe get something to eat so I can keep going, because really the goal is to just get to the writing part of my day. Okay, hi. So it is much later than I wanted it to be, but I finally finished all of my work that I needed to do today. I submitted my assignment that I needed to submit, and I made a ton of progress on my lab. And what else did I do? I just had dinner, and I actually found out that I have a job interview tomorrow morning, but that is tomorrow morning, so I will probably prepare for that tomorrow morning. I don't want to think about it today because I hate giving job interviews. Anyway, so I'm gonna sit down to write now. I do want to bust out 2 hours at minimum, and then any time I have left over, I want to spend reading, but I do want to get to bed at a decent time because of the job interview tomorrow. But where am I in draft 2? So in the last video, I finished Act 1. Now I'm working on Act 2. Yesterday, I wrote about like 800-ish words for Act 2, but I'm really excited to like get more into it because I know where it's going, and I'm like, I know what I want to write, which is such a relief for me now, because the first time I tried to write this book, like which is book 2 of my series, I had to scrap it at 20,000 words. So that sucked, and it wasted a ton of my time, and I had to move a lot of things around because this book initially took place in a completely different kingdom, and I realized that that wasn't the best thing for the book. I had to change it. So I had to basically move the entire setting, change the entire plot, take a character from book 2 and introduce her in book 1 instead. And it was a lot, but now it has some like momentum and it's going. But for a long time I was like doubting whether it was ever gonna work or not, because it had just been such a problem for me for so long. I actually didn't even like change the document name. Like up until recently, the document that I wrote this novel and that I'm writing this novel in was literally called Test. Like I was so hesitant to even like give it a real name because I was like, what if it doesn't work and I have to scrap it and I will get attached to it? I don't have like an actual name for the book. Like I do, but I don't want to get too attached to that either, because if and when this goes out for publication, I know that I won't have complete 100% control over what the title of the book is. So I don't want to give it a title and then not be able to use it. But I do have one that I think would be perfect for this, because it works not just for the main character, but like multiple other characters. So I have like the perfect title for book 2, but I don't want to get too attached to it. So right now the book, or like the document that I write it in, is just called like the acronym of the book series, and then like B2D1, which is like book 2 draft 1. I know, so creative. But I do have the title for like the overarching series, which is also this title for book 1. I don't know about that title. I'm really attached to that title, and I'm afraid that the book is not going to be called that because it's like it's like perfect. Literally, it's perfect. See, I'm so attached to it. Anyways, yeah, I'm gonna try to do 2 hours of writing, and if I can go a little bit more, maybe 2.5 hours, that would be great. I don't have a word count goal today. I just want to get through some scenes and just make progress on it. So I think we're around like 27,000 words in the manuscript right now, which is pretty good. Last time I had to scrap it at 20,000, so 27,000 means I've gotten past the difficult part of the draft, and I'm like, once I finish Act 1, I'm always like, okay, like now I can breathe. Now I can rename this document for not being test anymore. Writing Act 2 is always the hardest, but at the same time, it's so much more comforting. Like you're really in the thick of it, I guess. But I guess I can see how that could be daunting as well. So it's a double-edged sword. But anyway, that's the plan for the rest of the night, is write, read, and then sleep. And I wish I could do that all day, every day. One day, reading and writing will be how I make a living. That's the dream. So there's a really pretty rainbow happening outside my window, and it's such a great view. Okay, so it's 10 o'clock, or 10:09, 10:10, and I just finished writing for today. It's been 2 hours. I ended up writing 1,769 words, which I think is pretty good. It has been kind of frustrating because, like, I know what I want to write, but I can't, like, get into it. I'm having a really hard time focusing, and I can't get into the flow state as I usually do. I don't know. Maybe that's just because I haven't been writing so consistently and regularly, even though I do try to make an effort to write every day. It's not the same amount of words, and you know, like people say that writing is a muscle, and it really, really is. I guess I just need to keep writing. But the manuscript is at 29,393 words, which is exciting. It's almost at 30,000 words. Another 20,000 and we'll be at the midpoint. That's kind of crazy to think about. We're still so far away from it, even though it feels like it's like right there. I finished writing the scene that I was working on yesterday. I think I'm just gonna do a little bit of reading and then just head to bed because I'm feeling a little bit tired, and I have the interview tomorrow, so I'm gonna try and wake up at a decent time for that. But yeah, this has been a very, very productive day, more productive than I had the energy for, to be honest. Now I get to do it all over again tomorrow, which is great. The novel is definitely making some good progress. I'm feeling good with the direction it's going in. It's definitely much better than it was the first time around, so very happy with that. Just need to really get into it, and I think once I finish sequence 3, I'll really be in a better place. I think, even though I'm in a pretty good place right now, I think finishing sequence 3 will put me that much closer to the midpoint, which is all I'm writing towards right now, is like getting to the midpoint. For me, like that's my main goal, because the midpoint changes a lot of things for the story, and I think that it puts the pace of the story at a really good point. So yeah, I think we're in a good place. 30-ish thousand words, and I think we're in a really good place. So I think I'm gonna end this vlog here, but thank you as always so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. I know this was a very, very productive and crazy busy day, even though I just had one class. I feel like I haven't had a chance to catch my breath today, but I hope this was fun, and I will see you guys next time.